Oh, hello. I'm gonna attempt to do Anne Williamson's third prompt for My Giant Life, and we're using these big, huge playing cards. But if you don't have that and you want to participate in it, her Facebook group is called Annalise Mixed Media Everything. And I'll post a link to that below. This is supposed to be for the month of March. And in the month of March, where I lived, it was pretty rainy. And it wasn't a good time, to go out for a walk. But it's supposed to go, you're supposed to celebrate or do a page on nature, walk that you took in nature. And I've put a little thought into this about what I could do. And when I do art and when I do a page, I like to put a little of my heart and soul in it. And so I'm going to do a page on a walk that I did. Well, it'll be 37 years this year, but I was married in Armstrong Woods National Park in the state of California in 1980. And I was very young, he was very young, but we are still married. Better or for worse, we are still married. But that was a walk that was most important in my life, most life-changing. So I'm going to do a page on that. Now, I like the idea of being married outside in nature. I'm a nature girl, and I love nature. And so what I've done is a few years back I did an anniversary card for my husband, and I took a picture of it and I chopped it down, and it's supposed to be us standing in the park. And then these are these are calypso orchids that grow there, and I do actually have a picture of that. I think I hung it back up, of the calypso orchid, and because I like it so much, I've had that picture hanging on my wall for a long time. And this flower it's a real orchid, and it is so teeny tiny. The greenery that's in the back of this, I mean, the four-leaf clover is huge compared to it. But a friend of mine took a picture of it years ago when it was in bloom out there. So this is an actual picture of a flower growing in that park. So I copied it out. They're not very good copies, but it's a beautiful little purple orchid. And if you hold on just a second, I'll show you a picture of it. I went and got this picture. Now this picture it's a little dirty, I'm sorry, but it's been blown up several times. But the greenery back here is actually a clover. And so I took a picture of it, and then I photocopied it out, and of course it came out a lot darker. And anyways, I just want to pop on here and let you know that what I was doing. And then this, I don't know if I'm going to try and incorporate that on my page, but I'm definitely going to try to make marks with it. And that's a redwood tree. Little piece of a redwood tree. Okay, so when I get myself a little put together here, a little better with the paint and colors, I'll pop back on here. Okay, I think I'm recording, and I think I'm going to attempt to possibly put a sky to match up. Oh, well, might be the wrong color sky, but that's okay. This was a pretty big day, as I imagine it's a pretty big day in everybody's. But every time I think about a walk in nature, I think of my wedding day. I had no desire to get married in a church then or now. And it just, I wanted to be in nature. You know, I'm a country girl raised on a farm. Kind of meld this scene in. To the background a little bit. Still see that A popping through there. That's okay. Maybe try and get some cloud color. I don't know. We'll see. How it works. I'm sure some of it's going to be covered up. Was August, And the woods were quite refreshing because August here is pretty warm. So but we'll see how this turns out. I like watercolors. It's my favorite medium to work with. Should probably turn my phone off. But just to get some color down, so I'm not looking at white. And then we'll let this dry and figure out what to do next. Something is in my paint. I'm picking up stuff off of my desk. Okay. Now I'm probably gonna let that dry, and I kind of like that rubbing off there. It kind of reminds you of how the ground was. All right, I'll be back. I may change that color blue. I don't know. It kind of looks like ocean. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and you know, I glued collaged down some other elements in my flowers. These were actually printouts of these flowers that didn't turn out, so I'll probably kind of paint them. But you know, I did want to try to I mean, it's going to make it a little bulky, I think. But I wanted to put, this is actual redwood, part of a redwood tree. Blew out of the neighbors. So I wanted to see if I could incorporate that in here somewhere. And I don't have the heavy gel medium, so all I have is the regular. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. Just gonna try it anyways. Just goop it on there. It's my head in the way. I hope not. I don't know. It may not work in the long run, but I thought I'd try it. And so I'll let that dry and see how that does. If not, I may be picking glue off of there. But you know, I'll come back when I have all the details done with the page, and you know, I want to do some highlighting and such in there. So I'll be back. All right, bye. Okay, I'm back, and I'm gonna call my page finished. In the very center here, there's, you know, I sketched, you know, a couple like they're getting married. But this is my finished page. I put a lot of sparkle on it. And, you know, I may go around and do a little more doodling, you know, with the shadows to bring this out. But they sort of got lost in the picture, I guess. And I don't know if you guys can see that even if I zoom in, because they are vague people. And so I'm going to say this is my page for March. Let me see if I could, my camera usually goes wonky when I try to move it. But there's sparkle on there, on the pathway leading up to the couple. So I like how it turned out. I'm pleased with it, is what it is, for what it is. So that was my walk in nature. And I'm gonna get used to this camera, and you know, I go to focus sometimes and it keeps going, you know, it doesn't stop, so I have to play around with it to get it to stop. But anyways, there's my page, and I want to start on April's pretty soon. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye.